40-1 chance, for example, is ridden by Mr. John Durkin. Silently 14-1 Andrew Balding. Lockie 8-1 Ellie Hanno. Arabian Story at 4-1 Lewis Oberno. Casual Water 7-1 Mark Grimmel. Contrafire possible front runner there 14-1, ridden by Ludovic Maynard. Early Peace is now ridden by Andy Weiss at 25-1, and Proton, goodness, down to 5-2 favourite Tim McCarthy's Mount. Rosin Clover 25-1 Mr. Peter Jarvan. Lord Hasty 12-1 Michael Norton. Arctic Bay 14-1 Leslie Jefford now, and Fairy Night is an 11-1 chance, and Charlie Weigers rides him. That's the lineup for the 325 here. It's the Moet and Chandon Silver Magnum.
Proton and
of all sorts. We're looking now at the grey horse who could score a first royal victory in the Moet and Chandon Silver Magnum, and he would also be the sixth 3-year-old in 34 years, 33 years rather, 34 years, that's right. The 5 3-year-olds have won before, so it's not impossible, but Arabian Story has really not tremendous credentials in the form book. He won nicely at Windsor last month, with a great deal in hand, more in hand than the distance by which he won, but then was made favourite to the Tote Gold Trophy at Goodwood and ran a really rather disappointing race that day. He wasn't beaten all that far, beaten about 5 or 6 lengths, but was a bit disappointing. The Ian Balding
10-1, Lockie still on 8s, Fairy Night on 10-1, Lord Hasty and Silently 12s, Contrafire 14-1, Arctic Bay 16s, and then Early Peace and Rose in Clover 25-1, and Persian Elite on 40s.
Well, rather doubtful whether Mr. Ludovic Maynard can increase his lead in the Fegentry table, but his lead is 100 points, so he's probably going to be the champion anyway. And there he is on Contrafire. You wouldn't think he would have more than an outsider's chance here. But number 8, Proton, and Tim McCarthy, our favourite, and having done it once 12 months ago, who knows? There you are, Graham. Good luck to them all.
12-runner lineup then for this Amateur Riders Derby. They're at the start. And they kick away, and there's one that was slow to stride was Early Peace. That's been left in the stalls for a stride or two. No pace on Early, and it's personally the top weight in Arabian Story, sitting 1 and 2, with Rosin Clover and Contrafire 3 and 4, followed by Proton and Silently. And then we have Fairy Night sitting midfield in the orange jacket as they make the first dogleg turn uphill through the first half mile. Casual Water follows, then Lord Hasty. Arctic Bay, a gap of 2 or 3 lengths to Lockie, and the slow to stride Early Peace is last. But it's Persian Elite in the white jacket leading. The yellow colours on the inside, Rosin Clover, and the grey sitting handy in third. Here's Arabian Story. Contrafire has made the running, did so a couple of races ago, and that's sitting in 4th place, just in front of Fairy Night, who's following in 5. Proton is in midfield, the white cap, followed by Casual Water. The black jacket is Silently, the white colours, or the red and yellow check cap. That's Arctic Bay towards the back, Lord Hasty, with Early Peace and Lockie still the trailers. Come to the highest point on the course, and it's Persian Elite on the outside of Rosin Clover, these 1 and 2. Then we have the grey Arabian Story moving up to share second now. Contrafire runs the rail, followed by Fairy Night, and then Proton, followed by Casual Water, and Arctic Bay and Silently, and Lord Hasty and Lockie, and still the back marker is Early Peace. So they begin the descent to Tattenham Corner, and they're halfway in the Moet and Chandon Silver Magnum, and it's a Persian Elite that's towing them along. 2 in second place on the outside, Arabian Story. In fact, Arabian Story looks from that camera angle to come up and share the lead, doesn't he? And there's not that much in it. In behind them is Fairy Night sitting third, and then Rosin Clover runs the rail, followed by Contrafire. Casual Water is picking up nicely now, so to Arctic Bay from the back. They begin the descent round Tattenham Corner, and it's the grey Arabian Story in the colours of the Queen leading, clear by a couple of lengths, to Fairy Night in pursuit in second. Look at this, the yellow cap Casual Water is getting much closer now. These are followed by Contrafire. They've kicked away from the long time leader. They've got 2 furlongs to go, and it's Arabian Story in the lead to Fairy Night. Casual Water on the outside, then Contrafire. A big break to Arctic Bay. Proton is flat to the boards. Difficult to see him winning from there. They come inside the final quarter mile, and it's Arabian Story clear by 3, 4, 5 lengths to Fairy Night in second. Down to the final furlong now, and Arabian Story in the colours of the Queen, clear in the Moet and Chandon. Silver Magnum, and he's really driving home this Arabian Story, clear by 8 to 10, up towards the line. Arabian Story is rolling away with this at the line. It's Arabian Story well clear of Fairy Night second through into third, Casual Water, and then we have Arctic Bay, Lockie and Contrafire and Lord Hasty and Silently. Proton in the end beats only 2. One of those was Persian Elite, and tailed off was Early Peace. And so the result then of this, the Bumpers Derby, the Moet and Chandon Silver Magnum, it's been won by the Queen's Arabian Story, the first time Her Majesty has had the winner in this race. This one trained by Lord Huntingdon, ridden by Luis Urbano, one of the most experienced riders in the field, and he's winning it, I think, for the third time. He looks behind. I shouldn't think he can believe how far clear he is. What an improving 3-year-old this is, Arabian Story, coming home in grand style. And we're all Europeans now. Second horse home is number 12, Fairy Night and Charlie Vigers, and third, number 5, Casual Water, who's been placed in the race yet again. But Arabian Story was quick to go from the stalls this time. It was a little bit slow last time, and that could have accounted for the indifferent run at Goodwood. But this is a less competitive race, and Arabian Story in the lead as they turn around Tattenham Corner.
Well, 5 3-year-olds have won in the past, but none as easily as this. This is not only the first royal victory, but one of the easiest victories in the history of the race. Even when it wasn't a handicap and people like me were winning on horses with 2 stone in hand. But Senor Urbano, I wish he'd stop winning, because this is his 3rd victory and the 5th for his family, because his father also won twice, and now Louis has won 3 times, and I dread to think what he may do next year. Well, if the Queen happens to put Arabian Story in the race, that will certainly help him, because this horse has come on, obviously, by a ton since that last race at Goodwood. Won by a really wide margin. Luis Urbano, very, very good and experienced Spanish amateur. Well, there isn't that huge a crowd at Epsom today, but I should think that the first royal winner of the Moet will get a good welcome, and there'll certainly be plenty of toasts drunk afterwards. He looks as though he could go out and do it again perfectly. His trainer, Lord Huntingdon, walking behind, and very much hope that Her Majesty the Queen is looking in from Balmoral. There's no telling how far this horse may go, because he's improving so fast that who knows. Yes, he didn't. At least he didn't fly off. he did a Spanish dismount. Well, maybe that's Spanish dismount. But here, anyway, I should think quite a lot of people have taken the advice and brought back the royal